There's a moment most dog owners have seen 100 times. You say something, maybe their name, maybe a word they recognize, maybe just the way your voice goes up at the end of a sentence. And they tilt their head. One ear lifts. Those eyes lock onto yours, and for a second, just a second, it looks like they're trying to understand every word. But here's the thing. They might actually be. Think about the last time your dog did it. You were probably talking to them. Or maybe you made a sound they didn't expect. Maybe you asked, "Do you want to go for a walk?" And before you even finished the sentence, their head went sideways like a little compass trying to find north. And you probably laughed, or melted, or both. That tilt is one of the most recognizable things dogs do. It's been in a million memes, 1,000 videos, and probably 100 of your own photos. But almost nobody knows why it actually happens. And I don't mean the surface-level answer. I mean the real reason, the one that goes deeper than ears and deeper than hearing, and lands somewhere closer to what your dog actually feels when they look at you. Because by the end of this video, that little head tilt is going to mean something completely different to you. Stay with me. The most common explanation you'll find goes like this. Dogs tilt their heads to hear you better. And honestly, that's not wrong. It's just incomplete. Here's what researchers have found. Dogs have mobile ear flaps, the outer part of the ear that's always moving, adjusting, positioning. When they tilt their head, they're actually shifting those ear flaps to create a slightly different angle toward the sound source. Think of it like turning a satellite dish just a few degrees to sharpen the signal. And for dogs with longer, droopier ears especially, this adjustment can make a real difference in what they pick up. The subtleties of tone, direction, proximity. But here's what they don't tell you. Dogs can already hear 4 times better than humans. They can detect sounds from distances up to 4 times farther away. They can hear frequencies we can't even perceive. So if they already have that kind of hearing, why do they need to tilt their head to hear you better? They don't. Which means the tilt is about something else entirely. In 2021, a team of animal behavior researchers in Hungary did something that quietly changed how we think about dogs. They ran a study. Simple setup. Dogs watched video clips of human faces. Faces expressing emotion, happiness, fear, surprise, calm. And what they found was almost unsettling. Dogs process human facial expressions using the left hemisphere of their brain, the same side that handles language, logic, and social recognition. This isn't random. This is the architecture of a mind that has spent thousands of years learning to read people. But here's where the head tilt comes in. When a dog is concentrating on your face, really studying it, the tilt helps them see your expression more clearly, especially the left side of your face, which, interestingly, is the side humans involuntarily show more emotion from. Your dog isn't just listening to your words. They're reading your face, your tone, your micro-expressions. They're trying to put together a complete picture of what you're feeling. The head tilt is focus. It's concentration. It's a dog saying, without a single sound, "I am paying attention to every part of you." Let that sit for a second. Now here's something you've probably never thought about. Imagine looking at someone's face through a tunnel. That's roughly what life looks like for a dog with a longer snout. Their own nose, that magnificent, always working nose, sits directly in their line of sight when they look forward. When they tilt their head to the side, the muzzle shifts out of the way. Suddenly, they can see more of your face, more of your expression, more of you. A 2022 survey of dog owners confirmed this. Dogs with flatter faces, bulldogs, pugs, French bulldogs, tilt their heads significantly less than dogs with longer snouts, because they don't have the same visual obstruction, which means the head tilt isn't just about hearing. It's not just about reading emotion. It's about getting a better view of the person they love most. Your dog tilts their head because they want to see all of you, but we're not even close to the deepest layer yet. Here's something that will make you rethink every conversation you've ever had with your dog. Dogs recognize specific words, not just commands, not just sit and stay. We're talking about nouns, the names of objects, people, places. Some dogs can learn hundreds of them. A border collie named Chaser was documented recognizing over 1,000 distinct words, not by accident, by association, repetition, and, researchers believe, genuine comprehension. When your dog hears a word they know, something lights up in their brain. It registers. It matters. And when they almost recognize something, when they hear a familiar sound pattern but can't quite place it, that's when the head tilt appears most often. Think about that. Your dog isn't tilting their head because they don't understand. They're tilting it because they almost do. They're on the edge of recognition. They're reaching for it. Their whole body is leaning into the possibility of understanding you. That head tilt is effort. It's your dog trying to close the gap between their world and yours. And I don't know about you, but that breaks my heart a little, in the best possible way. Here's a question. Does your dog tilt their head more for you than for anyone else? Most dog owners, if they're honest, will say yes. The tilt happens more readily, more deeply, more often, with them. And there's a reason for that. Dogs don't respond equally to all voices. They have preferences. They have attachment. The voice of their primary person carries a different weight. It activates different responses in a dog's brain, including areas associated with reward and bonding. When you talk to your dog, they're not just processing sound. They're processing meaning layered on top of feeling. Your specific tone, your specific rhythm, the particular way you say their name. They've been studying your voice for years. And so, when you say something they want to understand, something emotionally loaded, something important, the head tilt appears like an unconscious act of devotion. I'm listening. I'm trying. You matter enough that I'm giving you everything I've got. I want you to think about something for a moment. Your dog doesn't speak your language. They never will. No matter how long you're together, no matter how much they love you, there will always be a gap they cannot cross with words. But they've never stopped trying to bridge it. Every time you've spoken to them, about your day, about your worries, about nothing in particular, they've been there. Head tilted, eyes soft, ears forward, working to understand not just what you're saying, but what you mean. They can't ask you to repeat yourself. They can't tell you they're confused. All they can do is tilt their head and lean in a little closer, and they do it every single time. Think about how many times you've talked to your dog over the years. On hard days, on quiet evenings, in the car, on walks, when you were lonely and they were just there. They were listening to every word, not understanding all of it, but listening to all of it. They were studying the sound of you, the rhythm of your breathing, the rise and fall of your voice, learning, slowly and completely, what safe sounds like, what love sounds like. And every time that head tilted sideways, that was them saying the only thing they could. I hear you. I'm here. I'm trying to understand. So what is the real reason your dog tilts their head at you? It's all of it, layered together. It's sound localization. It's facial recognition. It's muzzle clearance. It's word recognition. It's learned behavior reinforced by your smile every time they do it. But underneath all of that, beneath the biology and the behavior science, it comes down to one thing. Your dog tilts their head because you are worth paying attention to. Not out of obligation. Not because they're trained to, but because you are the most important thing in their world, and when you speak, they want to catch every fragment of meaning they can. That tilt isn't confusion. It's concentration. It isn't cuteness. It's connection. It's a small animal doing the most remarkable thing, reaching across the boundary between two completely different species, with nothing but body language and effort, and saying, I want to understand you. And here's the part that stays with me. They do this even though they know they never fully will. They tilt their head every time you speak because they never stop hoping that this time they'll understand a little more. How many relationships in your life can say the same? Here's one last thing I want to leave you with. When you tilt your head while watching your dog, and you've done it, don't pretend you haven't. You're doing something remarkably similar. You're focusing. You're reading them. You're trying to understand. Two different species, two different brains, and somehow the same instinct. To lean in toward the thing you're trying to understand. To try, even when it's imperfect. To care enough to tilt. If your dog is near you right now, and I hope they are, look at them for a second. They've probably been half watching you this whole time anyway. Dogs are always doing that. Monitoring, checking in, making sure you're still there. And the next time they tilt their head at you, really look back at them. Let them read your face. Let them hear your voice. Say something soft and true, because they're listening harder than you know. Drop your dog's name in the comments. I genuinely want to know who is sitting beside you for this one. And if this changed even a little bit how you see that tiny, sideways moment, share it with someone who loves their dog. Because some things are worth understanding. End card, subscribe prompt, next video recommendation.